Welcome everybody. Hello, I'm Annalise. Thanks for joining me for Yin Yoga with Aromathearpy. Just quickly tonight, you'll need a blanket or a couple of pillows or cushions or a bolster. If you've got blocks, grab them. You can always use books as an alternative if you don't have blocks around the house. And tonight we'll use a strap. So if you haven't got a yoga strap, you can use a belt or a long scarf, something like that. And tonight I'm using frankincense essential oil. So I use doTERRA essential oils. This is what I love to share. They're really safe and they're very high quality, very therapeutic for the body, for the emotions, for the mind. And frankincense is a really nice oil. It's super high vibration, really high quality, often used for meditation and contemplation and reaching higher levels of consciousness and transcendence. So physically it supports the nervous system, so great in times of stress, and it oxygenates the pituitary and the pineal glands. So this is a favorite of mine for the crown chakra, which is what we'll be working with tonight in our yin yoga practice. Lavender is a great alternative for the crown chakra. It's a great alternative for every single one of the chakras because it works with every single of these energy centers of consciousness. So if you've got your frankincense oil or if you have an alternative oil of your choice, let's just start to sit comfortably. And place the oil in your hand. And after warming up the oil in your hands, close your eyes down and cup your hands over your nose just to take a few really nourishing deep breaths in the nose and out the mouth. And as you breathe out, let go of your day. Let go of anything that is holding you back in your beliefs. Let go of anything that you're holding in your body or your mind. And then when you feel like you've really found a softness through that letting go and releasing, just offer yourself a really gentle massage as you self-apply the oil, the essential oil in your hand, from your hands onto your body. And so you might want to even rub the top of your head. We're going to be doing some crown chakra balancing tonight. So just rubbing the top of the head can activate this energy center. Sahasrara is the name of the chakra. And you probably have a really nice hairdo now. And so maybe even across the third eye and the brow, the temples, the back of the neck. Maybe give your shoulders a sneaky little squeeze while you're there. Some on the heart chakra. It's always nice. Or on any of the chakra areas. Moving down into the root, the front or the back of the body. And even just sort of washing that oil across your clothes, onto your feet, the bottoms of the feet. And then just taking a moment here, coming back to stillness. Coming back to the body, to the breath. Allowing the nostrils to receive and release breath as the mouth just can close down. And we'll just begin our practice with one resounding Om, which is the seed sound, which we've talked about in other classes here, the sound that resonates with the chakra, and it's Om. And the Om resonates perfectly with the vibration of Sahasrara chakra. So let's all draw in a deep breath and start with one beautiful long Om, breathing in. If you just sit in the stillness, feel the cerebral cortex maybe light up spaciously, divinely. And let that settle in your body. Let's connect our earth to spirit as we breathe in from the earth up through the body to the crown. Let that prana flow down on the exhale, down to the earth again. Let's find that connection. Earth to spirit, through the crown and then back down, sending that energy down to the earth. Just let this be a balancing breath in and out. And so now as we come to find a different pose, we'll just move really slowly in transition. Let's just have a stretch out of the legs to begin. You can point the toes and flex them or give the legs a little flutter kick. And we'll start with a half lotus position. So I'm going to bring the left leg in first. Now this might not be comfortable for everyone if you've got any sort of recent knee injuries or anything like that. So just be careful. You can always just sit comfortably. There's no problem with just finding comfort in your seat with a tall spine. But if you'd like to join me for a half lotus, pick up your foot. I kind of pick up my knee as well and cradle them a little bit. And so just open up the hip a little and then try to get the top of the foot right in the crease here. And just let that right knee settle down to where it's comfortable. Know that you can always just also support the knee if that's better for your body. And so this just encourages a nice tall spine when we're seated in our lotus position. Some of you might naturally take the full lotus. I'll leave that up to you. But we're going to just allow the spine to get nice and long, the back of the neck to get nice and long, and just draw the chin in if you want to experience that lengthening behind the neck, and feel the crown nice and sort of shiny upward. Let the chest open a little as the shoulders sink down the back. And you just find that clear channel from earth to sky, just like what we've just done. Just feel that beautiful clear channel. It moves that life force energy through your body. And just allow the breath to be slow and steady, in and out through the nose. And invite the breath to move down into the abdomen. Feel that belly movement as you breathe in. And breathe out as the contraction, that fall. The eyes and the face soften with every breath. Actually, as we're seated here, allow, or just even imagine, visualize a lotus flower right at the top of your head or just a couple of inches above. And this lotus flower has 1,000 petals, loads of petals. And those petals are just gently starting to open up. And this intense light is starting to shine out from this lotus petal and sort of just shine down through the crown of your head and move into your body, throughout your body, down to the earth. You can even imagine like the roots of the lotus is grounded below you. And then you can feel that light traveling up that channel and down the channel. Just take another 5 breaths here. If ever there is pain in any of these positions, that's you pull out straight away. We'll come into a comfortable place. Experiencing sensation is wonderful, but just being gentle in your movement and your transition, so you can be aware to avoid pain and just come to a really nourishing place where you can breathe. And so just take one more really nice deep breath in and out. that light moving through. And then we'll come out super slow again. So again, cradling the foot, supporting the leg as you really gently stretch out. You can take both legs out. Give them a little wiggle or whatever you need. So good for the ankle. You might notice a difference between one side of your body and the other already. So now let's bring the right foot in and cradle the left foot and knee. And if you feel like your hip is in good shape to come into a half lotus, take the top of the foot into the hip crease here. Unless you're doing full lotus, which you may choose to do on your own. And we'll come back to stillness in your half lotus. You can have your palms facing up, which is really actually very nice here, as where it's sort of an offering of allowance to receive. And that's what we're working with today in our yin practice, our yoga practice, and also talking about crown chakra. So find that nice spine, nice and lengthened. You can always visualize that lotus there and feel that clear channel light up and spread that light throughout your body as you breathe. And you can always touch your thumb and any of your fingers together if that's more comfortable. And as we work to balance and heal the crown chakra, we're sort of working with finding or accessing our highest consciousness, sort of beyond our physical energy. And so as we sit here and experience our body and breath, can you take a moment to experience the space outside of you? See if you can sense the space outside your physical body, the ethereal space, the auric field. And continue to breathe here. And see if you can light up that space in your awareness. Maybe it's a warm glow, maybe it's a bright light. It can be anything, whatever comes up for you. Just experience the space around you, outside your physical body. Allow the light to grow brighter until you can feel the space and arm lengths out to the sides, in front of you, behind you, above you, and below you. And so we're working in this space here. It's just a part of your being as your physical body is. And when we can tap into this space, the wholeness and the oneness of us and all the aspects of us, we can also tune into global consciousness, unity, oneness amongst all beings. And what a beautiful time to feel that and experience that and shine this out for the people who need it. Let's take another few breaths just to feel that movement of energy up and down the spine, yet softening through the body. Chest is open, back of the neck is long. Alright, let's take another nice inhale and exhale. And start to transition with love out of this pose slowly. Feel free to stretch the legs out. That might feel super nice right now. And massage the knees. Might love a little bit of hands-on touch. So now I've set up a blanket here just to show you an alternative to a bolster if you haven't got one lying around. It's just rolled up, and it's kind of nice because you can roll it to whatever level you like. We're going to come to lie on our backs now in a fish pose. So I'm just going to take my blanket sort of just under the shoulder blades so that the shoulders can touch the ground, or they can be hovering sort of just above the ground, and just let the arms splay outwards and the legs as well. Just let the chest open naturally as it does here. Just tune into your breathing. Find the steadiness in your breath. Allow your shoulders to soften towards the ground. And for your forehead to become broader with every relaxing breath, smoothing out any lines, letting the scalp relax, and the eyes, and the mouth, and the tongue. Find a softness in your throat. And know that your heart is fully supported here. You can feel the weight of your body just pressing down, totally supported. The arms and the legs can just relax completely. And here we can sort of feel into that open heart space and drop in an affirmation. A good one for the crown chakra is, I am divinely guided and I am divinely inspired. And just let those words wash over you and through you. As you settle in for a few more really nourishing breaths. Super steady and relaxed. And from here, we'll just bend the knees and just let them fall to the side. And just roll onto your front. You can leave your rolled up blanket or your bolster there. And we're just going to come onto our bellies and come into a Sphinx pose. So you can use the blanket or bolster under your chest. You can start with your elbows under your shoulders and leave them there, or if that feels like a bit too much for the upper spine, you can walk the elbows forward, that's fine. And so when you find your place, take the time you need to figure it out, so you know that you can settle in for the next few minutes without moving, and in stillness where we can access those deeper messages a sort of higher consciousness, even deeper than, way deeper than the conscious and the subconscious and the unconscious. And so with every breath, just let your chest settle into your support there as the shoulders drop down the back. You can have your hands straight ahead, lining up with your elbows, your wrists and elbows, or you can have the hands together. So choose your position and then settle in and soften, keeping the spine long, the back of the neck long. And in fact, you may choose to have the head up, but you might feel more inclined to drop the head down, and that's fine. Make this your personal practice. Perfect for you today. Just let the body soften breath by breath. Maybe as you breathe and feel that little massage in the abdominal area, you can just sort of tune into those lower body energies, the root chakra, and the sacral and the solar, and feel them nice and supported by the earth this time. And the heart supported by your bolster. And feel the movement of energy through your throat, the center of your brain, up to the crown of your head. And I'll invite you to visualize that light moving up and down the spine, if that really resonates with you. Just to connect with that light, that life force. And be okay with whatever comes up in your mind. If you notice thoughts are sort of scattered, you can just come back to the body and the breath. Follow that movement in and out through the nostrils. And connect to your body and the space around your body. And for the last 5 breaths, you may stay here or just invite a little bit of a deeper bend in the spine just by taking the hands out wider. You can, or forward, ahead, or wider, or closer, really. It's up to you. Just straightening out the arms and just opening up that chest a little bit more. Staying soft in the belly. Taking a few breaths here, shining the heart. Feeling the breath. All right. So I'm going to take the blanket out from underneath here. And just come up onto the knees. Let's just do a little cat-cow flow with breath just for a cycle. So breathe in just to shine your tailbone back and your heart forward. Belly relaxes down. Head drops back. And then draw the belly in as the tailbone tucks towards the elbow creases and the head drops. And then come back to tabletop. So let's come onto the forearms. We're going to do 5 breaths in a dolphin pose, but you might prefer to just stay here. This is like a yin version of a headstand, just keeping the elbows on the ground and the hands and just letting the head drop. So this might be your pose for the next 5 breaths. Feels really good. Or you can tuck the toes under and lift the hips up for a dolphin pose for 5 breaths. So this is strengthening the shoulders, but just allowing those the energy of those lower chakras to trickle downward in a different direction so that it reaches the crown here in this inversion. Whether you've got your knees up, your tailbone up in dolphin, or your knees firm on the ground. Waterfall those lower energies to support your higher consciousness. And then if you're in your dolphin pose, come onto your knees. If you're already there, that's perfect. And just let the head hang super relaxed. I'm going to keep my toes tucked under, but you can choose to untuck them if you like. And then just roll the right ear to the right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Just give some loving to your neck. All right, so now I've got my toes tucked under. Let's come into a little child's pose like this. So I'm going to take my knees slightly wider. My toes stay tucked unless it's too intense. You can untuck them and just let the hips sink back. In fact, I'm going to bring my knees under my hips and just let the hips sink back. So stretching out the feet, supporting our earth chakra connection, our root chakra, as well as our Sahasrara connection, crown energies. And just let the third eye rest on the ground or on a support like a block or a book if you like. And just come back into the body, back to the breath. And just continue to take a few really nice deep breaths there. And just consider this affirmation. I am here to serve myself and others. And so if you can serve yourself first and take care of your needs so that you can find that sort of shine, that glow that sort of exudes outside the body when you're in your higher states, then that's ultimately in service to others and supports other people on their journey of awakening, of transcendence, of connection on a higher level than the body level. It's sort of our journey to highest consciousness, or whatever that is, whatever your divine is, whether it's God or universe, spirit. We're sort of rising above our embodiment in these meat suits to a higher plane. All right, take a deep breath in and out. And we'll just release the toes if you haven't already, and sit back on the heels. If this is uncomfortable, place a blanket underneath your legs or in between your thighs and your calves. We'll just take the hands behind you and with the fingertips pointing towards your toes. Feel free to stay right here if this is enough, but this is just at a next level. Taking the hands to the floor, shining the heart open, lifting it so the shoulders sink down. Keep the gaze forward, chin tucked in so the back of the neck is long. Let's take a few deep breaths here. walk forward with the hands coming back. I'm going to swing my legs around here, so I'll come to face you. I'll just come into a forward fold. So if you want to use your blanket in between your legs and your folded torso, you can sort of layer up, or just allow your back to round as you fold forward, your head coming towards your knees, or a support if that's more comfortable. You can hold around your feet, or you can just let your arms rest on the ground, palms facing up, in a gesture of receiving. And I love crown chakra and yin as a complement, because there's the element of surrender in both our physical practice here of yin yoga, of allowing the body to sort of do the work on a deeper level without forcing or controlling. And the same sort of aspect comes into play with our crown chakra. It's sort of letting go of control and what we know, and how to put everything into an order that will work out exactly this way or that way. And there's that element of letting go of that control, sort of tapping into a greater consciousness, broader than what we can understand, broader than what we can see. And here we're just helping the spine lengthen out, the shoulders get a little stretch, the neck as well, the legs. Anytime we've got straight legs, you're welcome to bend them or place a support under the knees if that's going to make it more comfortable. And so this pose does help to sort of heal and balance the crown chakra, sort of that channel from root to crown, sort of becoming more expansive here, and across the shoulders too. Feel the breath in your belly, in your chest, in your throat, in your nose, your nostrils. Invite that breath to travel with vitality into your body. And release, creating space for the next breath. Allowing the body to soften with every breath. One more deep breath in and out. And then as you're ready to walk the hands towards you, bring the body up. And here is a good time to grab your strap or your belt if you have one. And you can always sort of modify if you don't have one. And also keep your oil in arm's reach, because we're going to be staying on our back. And any other props that you're going to want in your arm's reach by the end of the class. So lying down on the back here, let's take both knees into the chest and just grab the knees and take a few lovely knee circles around and around in one direction. And And just focus on the pelvis here. Feel how you can feel it, sort of the pressure of the pelvis on the ground. And then change your knee circles in the other direction, rotating in the other direction. Okay. And so now we're going to take the right hand to your peace fingers, to the big toe, and start to stretch out the left leg. So otherwise, you'll take your strap and just take it outside the sole of the foot, wrap it around and hold the strap with your right hand. So we're going to try for a straighter leg here. Okay, so find your happy place and just start to bring that foot a little closer towards your head, but trying to keep the pelvis, the right side pelvis, grounded as you do so. So you don't want to lift up too much. I'm just going to let my left arm rest by my side because my right hand is holding on here. Continue to breathe. You can find your edge by tuning into the breath and sort of come back. If you've come too far, you might be holding your breath or have choppy rhythm. So find that space just where you're able to still breathe and you can feel a really nice sensation in the back line of the leg. And now we're going to take the right leg out to the side. So it could be a little ways. It could be all the way down to the ground. If you've got a belt, you've got a lot of slack to play with. And you can also just sort of use what you need. If you want to put a block underneath your foot or something, underneath your leg, you can do that. Again, trying to keep the right side of your pelvis grounded and the left as much as possible. And just finding the breath. We'll just be here for a few breaths, steady and deep, meaningful. Actually, it feels good here to rotate the thigh outwards slightly, so the knee and the foot turn ever so slightly. Give that a shot and see if that sort of opens up the inside line of the leg. All right, let's bring that leg up. And an option here, if you've got the strap, just to switch hands. Hold with the left hand, or if you have the space, to wrap your left hand around the outside of your right foot, you can do that. And just start to bring it over. We're not doing a twist so much, so we're trying to keep the pelvis grounded. So you just sort of take a very small sort of movement across the body so that you can feel the outer line of the leg. Breathe and soften. It's tempting to go all the way into a twist, but just taking it just a little ways over. We'll activate some muscles here. We can breathe here and let them receive the healing qualities of the breath. Okay, let's come on back. And land, remove the strap. Land the feet, both soles on the ground. And just let your knees fall together from left to right. Trying to stay grounded through the pelvis. And coming back here to center. this time, I'm going to bring my legs in, my knees in, take the strap around the bottom of my left foot, holding the strap with my left hand, or using your peace fingers around the big toe, and just straighten out that right leg as much as possible. Okay. And just feeling the leg just sort of the foot come closer towards your head, and just letting it rest in a space where there's some extension, some sensation, but where you can breathe and soften. You can always take a bend in that extended leg as well. And then let's turn the toes outward slightly, so rotating the inner thigh outward, and start to let that left leg fall out to the left. And I conveniently have a nice bolster over here, so I can just let that leg rest there. Use your space in a way that serves you. And just breathe some relaxed breaths here. Steady and deep. And then we'll gently bring that leg back up and over ever so slightly, just until you feel a sensation in the outer hip, the leg. Soften with every breath. Oh, and we didn't switch hands. I should have mentioned that. Sorry, the right hand holds the strap on this side, or the right hand holds the outside of the left foot. One more nice deep breath in and out. And let's bring the knees both in. Remove the strap if you're using that. And just give your knees a hug, rock and roll a little, or make those knee circles. All right, let's place the feet on the ground and just lift the hips, take them slightly to the right, and let both knees fall to the left. You can always use your left hand outside your right leg. You just want to keep both shoulders on the ground, so that right shoulder is grounded and the gaze can turn over to the right. Let go, exhale. Space surrounding, spaciousness. taking another 5 deep breaths. And then an inhalation. You can bring the body back to neutral. And just press into the feet. You can, if you want to just take a quick hug of the knees, and you can, or just press into the feet, take the hips over to the left slightly, and either guide the knees to the right or just let them fall that way, and the gaze falling left. This might feel really good if you've been doing some gardening out there, bending and folding. Really nice release for the lower back. Allow the breath to be nice and deep and steady as you just sink into presence with every breath. And then as you're ready, find an inhalation to bring you back. Hug the knees in a bit and move around on your back. Alright, so now let's check for our oil here by your side. Find your blanket. And come to lie down on your back. You might want your bolster underneath your knees. The blanket on your body. And we'll just come to settle the hips. Let the feet splay outwards. Settle the shoulders. You can encourage a little hug of the spine with the shoulders, an opening of the heart. Palms of the hands facing upward to receive. Just to receive divine guidance which is within you. It's a part of you. Let the back of your head get nice and steady on the ground. Close down your eyes. And let your eyeballs sink deeper into the sockets. Feel the broadening across your brow. And a relaxation in your jaw. your heart rest comfortably on the support of your shoulder blades, which is supported by the earth. And feel the softness of the breath moving in and out through your nose. The wind moving through your body. See if you can connect to that channel within you from root to crown. And breathe into that connection, into your major energetic system. You can visualize that 1,000-petaled lotus above your head, shining divine light down to your crown, to your root, to your legs, into your arms, and then back up to the crown, just building and expanding and sort of letting all that light be absorbed into every part of your being, every cell, every fiber. It's being lit up and nourished by light. You might naturally visualize white light or violet light for the crown chakra. But whatever comes to you is healing for you and connects you to that outer unknown consciousness that is completely in our reach if we can find the stillness to tune in. Tune in now to your body and the space around your body. And just let the next few breaths be the most nourishing breaths of the day as you fully surrender and receive. If you're in the space to lie and continue your Shavasana, stay there as long as you like. Otherwise, let's invite now a deeper breath back into your body. And continue to breathe deeper. Breathing life back into your fingers and your toes. Give them a little stretch out. Wriggle. Invite your wrists and your ankles to roll around. And just gradually make those movements of the limbs a little bit larger. Eventually stretching out fully from fingertips to toe tips. Big, big stretch. And then hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a loving embrace. And then let the knees and the body fall to the right in a fetal position. Just taking a few moments to reflect on how you feel. And when you're ready to come up, just press down, support the body to come up. Now I didn't cue to apply the essential oil, so you can do that afterwards. For now, let's come to sit comfortably with your eyes closed. And your hands together in prayer posture. The gesture of offering. And so just give yourself a moment of acknowledgement for the offering that you made to yourself tonight, for being here. And take a bow to your divinity and to the divinity within all others. Namaste. I love the sign on the highway on my way here tonight. It said, be kind, be safe, smile. And so take care of yourself, take care of each other, and be happy. Peace and love. Like the video if you like, and subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you again next week. Namaste.